I'm Kitty.
And I'm Jennifer.
And we're the O'Neill sisters, and we're going to show you how to make these beaded drop earrings.
We love these earrings. This style is a classic with the two little drops. They dangle and sparkle.
And you can dress them up or dress them down. We're going to show you all the tools you need to make these earrings, which are the 3 different jewelry tools.
We're going to show you 2 different kinds of head pins that you need for materials and also the earring wire to buy.
And we're going to show you how to use the tools to make the simple loops that connect the beads together.
So let's get started. Here are the tools and materials you need to make beaded drop earrings.
For tools, you need chain nose pliers, round nose pliers, and wire cutters.
For materials, you need 2 head pins, 2 head pins with loops on the end, and these are in gunmetal, and 2 earring wires, also gunmetal.
For beads, you need 2 each of these round faceted glass beads. These are 10 millimeter. These are 8 millimeter, and these are 3 millimeter. The big beads we have here are purple iris color with fire polish, and the medium-sized ones are kind of a smoky crystal with a little bit of fire polish, and the tiny ones are just smoky crystal. To make the beaded drop earrings, we need to start by putting the large bead on the head pin.
So we've got our large bead and our plain head pin. We're going to slide that on, and then we're going to make a loop. To do that, we're going to take our round nose pliers, and we're going to grab the head pin wire right at the end of our round nose pliers, and we're going to leave just a tiny bit of room between the bead and the pliers. Just a little wiggle room.
And where you grab the head pin with your pliers is how round and how big or small the loop is going to be. So we're way at the end, the small end, so we can make a small loop.
I'm going to grab the end of the wire of the head pin and basically just pull it around the pliers like that to make a loop. I'm just using the pliers kind of like a mandrel. There's my loop. I'm going to use the flat side of my wire cutters, and I'm just going to reach in there and snip that wire, holding on to the end of the wire so that it doesn't hurt anybody and get in anybody's eyes. Then I'm going to use chain nose pliers to straighten up my little loop. Just like that.
Look at that. We've got one bead done. And now we're going to make the middle part of the earring, which goes on the head pin that has a loop at the end. And we'll start by putting the medium-sized bead on, and then the little bead on top of that. And you could make these with any size beads and finishes. We just chose this kind of purple because we thought it was pretty. We liked the fire polish, had a lot of shine.
So now we're going to make a loop just like we did on our big bead. We're going to grab the wire at the end of our pliers with a little bit of wiggle room between that top bead and the pliers. Grab the end of the head pin wire and pull it all the way around like that to make our loop. And there's our loop. And I'm going to use these fingers to hold that end of the wire, and I'm going to use the flat side of my my wire cutters to cut the wire, if I can get in there. That part's always tricky. Try not to cut all the way through your whole thing. I've done that before. We're using chain nose pliers, and that's just to straighten up our little loop.
So now we've got the bottom part of the earring, the middle part of the earring, and then the earring wire is the top part of the earring. And we can put the 3 together by starting with the bottom bead.
So we're taking our bottom bead, and now we're just going to use our chain nose pliers to open up the loop we just made. So I'm grabbing onto one side of the loop, and I think I've got the right side here, and I'm going to pull that side of the loop just sort of upwards. It's kind of like you're opening a gate. Rather than grabbing onto the wire and pulling this way, that would change the shape of our loop, and we want to keep that shape. So now I'm going to feed the loop that's at the base of our medium-sized bead onto that loop. Use the chain nose pliers again, and I'm just going to close that loop.
They're all hooked together. Now just repeat to attach the middle section to the earring wire.
So I'm going to grab onto the side of my wire, or my loop that opens like that with my chain nose pliers. I'm going to feed the head pin on, and then, the earring wire, the earring wire, And then I'm going to close that loop.
Ta-da! If you only had one ear, you'd be finished. But we need another earring.
So we're going to take the plain head pin, slide on the big bead, and then use our round nose pliers to do it all over again.
This metal is gunmetal that we chose. We just liked it because it was dark. It went well with the purple color. But you could do the whole earring with all silver components, silver plate. You could do it with gold. You can find all these findings come in copper. And the only thing is we wanted them all to match. So if you do copper head pins and copper earring wires.
The matching is key, and you really will be amazed at how many options you have at your local bead shop or at the craft store. So I've got my medium-sized bead and my tiny bead going on the head pin that has the loop. And I'm just going to make my loop again by grabbing onto the wire, pulling it around to make the loop, cutting it with the wire cutters, and get it in there, and then straightening it up with the chain nose pliers.
Ta-da!
There we go.
Well done.
And then we're going to put them all together. So I'm going to open the loop on the big bead, feed the loop on that's at the base of the medium bead.
Easy peasy.
You can see how fast this starts to come together. Once you get the hang of it, you can just whip these things out.
They make great presents. You can make a bunch of them, give them as gifts, and just go shopping for the beads. And the beads do all the work in this. They're what make it so pretty. So it just depends on what beads you pick. I love these purple fire polished. They're so pretty.
Really elegant. There you go.
Our earrings are all finished.
I love the way they dangle and sparkle.
We hope you have fun making your own beaded drop earrings.
They're so easy. We're going to go make some more right now.